What's up, guys? So we are going to finally dig into the bug. First thing I have to do is hook up the new pedals. I don't know how long that's going to take, but that's where we're going to start. So I'm going to do that, and then we can go test drive it, and then kind of get an idea of everything else that needs adjusted. So that's what we're doing. We're going to get right into it. Okay, so this is my fancy little willwood kit. So the plan is, so these go into there like such and then mount. I'll explain that in a moment. So the plan was to just cut a hole and mount those. That's not going to work because the steering column is supported by this, so I don't really want to cut into that. So I'm going to use that little piece of angle iron and set that somewhere along there, and then just drill little holes for the hoses to go through. And then right here is pretty self-explanatory. So you have two master cylinders for the brakes, one for the front, one for the rear, and then I think this is called a bias bar. Basically you can adjust which cylinder is getting more pressure or getting pressure first, basically. So like this one, this bar is moved forward so that the front brakes get more pressure or get pressure first. I'm not positive on which way that works. One master for the clutch, and then the rear brakes are the front brakes from the GSR. So they are about twice the size of the upgraded front disc brakes on the Bug. So we don't know if that means the rear need more fluid or more pressure because they're bigger, or if they need less so they don't lock up. So just in case that bias bar isn't enough, we also put in this little I forgot what it's called. Basically it's a knob. It's in line with the rear brake, so we can adjust pressure just up and down by moving this knob. So that's basically the setup. It's pretty simple amongst everything else we've done on here. So I do need a T, that little mounting bracket that goes into the reservoir. They only gave me 2 of those, and I need 3. So instead of doing 3 reservoirs, I'm gonna do 2, and then T a big one off to feed both of the brakes. I don't know what time it is, but if it's not too late, I'm gonna run to Home Depot and grab that T, and then if I have a charged battery around here, we should be able to drive it and kind of see what that changed, because the eBay one that I had before, it made it a nightmare to drive. So we're gonna see what that does, see if we can get it rolling tonight. Okay, so I went to Home Depot and paid $26 for several fittings because they didn't have one brass T. So I don't like that. So I went to Advanced O'Reilly Zone or something, and they didn't have anything. So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow and go to Ace and see if they have something for like $5 instead of $26. But I have plenty of other crap to do tonight, so I'm gonna do the rest of it, and then hopefully tomorrow all we have to do is put that T on and then bleed the brakes and the clutch, and then we're ready to roll. So let's do it. Okay, so I quickly changed my mind. I figured if I'm gonna spend the time to put that on there, I might as well just take the extra 5 minutes and do it right. So I found this in my scrap metal, and I'm gonna build just little legs off of it, and then these are gonna mount like that, but this is gonna be sitting off the ground a little bit. So I'm gonna cut that real quick and then use the rest of it to make some little legs. Do that the right way, so then it's done, or a better way at least, so then that way that's done, and then we'll move on to drilling the holes and getting everything in place. So yeah. Okay, so I got the bracket done for the most part, and then went over to my super organized collection of bolts. Got 4 bolts. So we're going to, I'm not going to tack this yet. I'm going to get these mounted on, just make sure everything looks good, and then drew a little straight line. We'll clean that up and then weld it. So I'm going to go ahead and do all that, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so they're not perfectly level. I must have welded something slightly off, but that's about what I wanted. So that's done. Believe it or not, making that stupid little bracket actually took a while, and then the Home Depot trip took longer than it should have. So I'm gonna head home. So all that's, I'm gonna move this very quick. Okay. So all that's, so the lines are down there like such, so all that's left is to put the fittings on the master cylinders, cut those lines down to size, and then I'm gonna make these holes a little bigger and then put a rubber grommet just so that doesn't get cut up on the metal there. Yeah, and then just put the fittings on the masters for the hoses, and then we can fill it up, bleed the brakes, tighten everything, and see what happens. So we will continue that in the morning. Okay, so I ended up getting slammed, and it's been like a week since I filmed what you just watched. So I have a lot of work I have to knock out in like 4 or 5 days, and then I'm gonna try and just go crazy on the bug. But I thought I'd go ahead and put this up just to kind of gauge interest and kind of show you guys something. So literally what you just watched is all I've done. I've not touched anything else, and my shop looks like a bomb went off. I have wheels and tires everywhere, and there's just crap. Painted a freaking hood. I got slammed with work, so I'm gonna try and knock all that out. I hope this video was worth watching, and then as soon as all this is done, I'm gonna try and take like a full 2 or 3 days and just go to town and get as much done as I can, drive the thing and really get a little more in depth with it. So I apologize, but there's that, and yeah, hopefully like I'd say 5 days from now I should have everything done and should be getting into that. So thanks for watching. I apologize. Subscribe, share. I know this was kind of a lame video, but I don't know.